Whoa, 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 whoa. Before the video starts, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the section, let us know your thoughts of what's going on. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I'm Bryce Oden, host with Bryce Davis.
What's good?
We're back in the building for another episode.
Yes, sir.
It's official, the first episode of the new year.
Yep.
New
Year's starting off cold, and snowy, and get me out of it, bro.
Yeah,
Let's get to spring.
Bro, it's funny. Going from being sick to then being in a ice, you know what I mean? Nothing but cold, like an endless winter. It just feels like, all right, this is how we starting off the year.
Yeah.
This is what we doing.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
what I mean?
I feel you, bro. This is my birth month, bro. This is the only part about being born at the beginning of the year that sucks. It's this. Like, I was born into the cold and snow. Call me Jon Snow, bro.
You feel like Mr. Free. This is Mr. Free. That could be a villain art.
Exactly.
I was born into the cold.
Yeah, I want global warming.
Yeah. I want to plunge St. Louis into a permanent ice age. You know, I feel like, it is so because I feel like you combine. I've been stuck here for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you have.
Because,
like you've been in the crib, nowhere to go but work.
Nowhere to go.
And back here.
But
yeah, let's go ahead and let's speed up the year.
Yeah,
like we could just skip to March.
We could press the forward button.
Even a remote from rerun. What was that? Pause.
What
was the Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, Click.
Yeah, give me the remote from Click and let's just. Speed
That's a Click reference.
Yeah.
Damn. I haven't seen Click.
It's been a minute.
I think the first and last time I seen Click was the first time I seen all right.
I think so too. Yeah. That was one of them Adam Sandler movies. You could be like, all right, it's good. We good.
He had a couple of those.
He does.
He had a couple like, all right. I don't think I'd ever. I
don't have to ever see this.
I don't need to ever see this again. Like that. Grown Ups 2 for me was like that.
Yep.
If I saw Grown Ups 2 again, it'd be too soon.
Yep.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill's one of
That's
them.
my boy.
Yes. Yeah.
He was just putting up any jump shot after damn.
Hey, that SNL bump is for real, bro. Like you could just like, all right.
Lil Nicky.
Ooh, yeah.
He got some,
I saw that one on TV once, and I was like, I don't think I ever have to see this one again.
Yeah, I would unplug my TV like. And now we ain't distant because he got some bangers now.
He got some bangers.
He got some bangers.
The Longest Yard.
Fire.
Banger. Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Banger. The other football one.
Which one? Oh, Waterboy.
Mm-hmm. 2 football ones. Bangers.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds.
Good.
Yeah.
He got some.
He got some great ones. He got some really good rewatchables.
Yeah, I ain't gonna home. I think Grown Ups 1 was fine.
Yeah.
Just go with it. It's another good one. So Spanglish is a sleeper. He had a couple sleepers. Spanglish. If you ever get a chance to watch that, that's a good one. 51st Dates.
Yes.
That's another one. That's a good one. I haven't seen The Wedding Singer.
I haven't either.
So I've been meaning to check that out for a long time actually. Uncut Gems.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he got some heaters now, but he also got
he's
some
good.
He got some
fastballs.
fastballs.
But like every actor, there's some other ones that's like, we could just shove that to the side and we good.
He gave us some walks though. He didn't load the bases and walk the
fourth
guy a couple times.
There's a couple strikeouts there.
Yeah. But yeah, before we get it started, any resolution any goal of yours?
Yeah,
that you want to put out there into the universe and speak it to
this year. I think we talked about it with you. I'm definitely like we're trying to make that happen now. Me and my brother are definitely going in with our parents to like get a property, pay it off, and then make that like ours. So like technically, like after all is said and done, our parents have a property. We would have this other one, and come what may, if we all decided to sell it off. A couple $500,000 that we could just split up between all of us. So
not bad. I think this year I'm gonna prioritize. I think just things that make me happy a little bit more.
Okay.
Obviously, I want to grow and continue the success of the pod and continue on what we've been doing. But I think last year, coming to the year, starting off rehabbing my arm and all that kind of stuff, kind of set me back. So I think this year just. Having more fun.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is going into my age 30 year. You know what I'm saying? So just living up a lot more. I felt like I took my foot off the gas too much last year and I didn't enjoy myself like on purpose. Like I purposefully kept subbing myself out. You know what I mean?
You kind of sat back a little too much.
And I think I want to be more proactive in life.
Gotcha.
I want to be more participant. I don't want to be on the sideline. I want to check into the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a spectator. And watch.
You're checking yourself in.
Yeah, I don't want. I'm sick of watching everybody else doing it when I know I could be doing it too.
Got you.
So I think for me, that's something I'm gonna prioritize this year. So, anyway, man, let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Obviously, there was an explosive News story, lawsuit that kind of dropped this week, and I'll kind of give you the background, the details. And this is from, I'm on Vox.com. This is from Kendall Cunningham, written on Vox.com. So on January 3rd, a former hairstylist for the network, for Fox News.
Fox News. That's Fox Sports FS1.
Yes. Nushin Faraji. Fox Sports, not Fox News.
Yeah.
Nushin Faraji filed a lawsuit accusing Skip Bayless, the former co-host of Skip and Shannon Undisputed, from 2016 to 2024, of making unwanted sexual advances toward her, including offering her $1.5 million sleep with him. So let's just stop there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all for liking somebody.
Yeah.
An 8-year pursuit.
That's crazy.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
8 years?
That's sliding into stalker.
Bro, I'm so prideful. If I message somebody and I don't if
I don't get a text back within like a minute, I'm like, all right.
Let me unsend this shit. You know what I'm saying? hey, I ain't let that linger, bro.
You're not gonna have that just in your phone,
right?
In perpetuity.
You ain't gonna be showing hey, look what he did. Nah,
give me that.
Nah, I'll unsend it in a heartbeat, dog. So an 8-year pursuit, and then on top of that, 1.5 mil.
Yo.
1.5 million?
That's desperate. That's desperate, guy.
First off, bro, just go to for 1.5. All right, look.
Yeah, there's some services you can afford for 1.5
on, dog. Like
if you need it that bad.
Just like, dog, there's some girls out there 1.5 mil. Like, come on.
Come on now. Come on. If you got it like that.
8 years, though? Yeah. But you know what? He is the same. But he consistent, though.
Hey, he was hating on LeBron for years.
For 20-something, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Skip said, once I commit my mind to it.
He's a single-track mind. I'm going for it.
Yeah. 8 years, 9, no matter.
Yep.
Obviously, but that's still a big thing. Yeah. And all seriousness aside.
This could hurt Fox News if what's alleged in the suit is very true. If what's alleged in the suit is true, I don't see Fox News continuing as it is. I think a lot of people will either move on or be moved on, and that would be a shame because I think I liked the vein that Fox Sports News had gotten to, and if people would have to move on, that would be unfortunate.
And other stuff. Also, it says the plaintiff also said that Dixon. So Dixon is Charlie Dixon, the executive, the network executive at Fox Sports. Accused him of groping her at a party and sexually pursued other women employees. Other notable defendants listed in the complaint include popular Fox Sports 1 host Joey Taylor, who allegedly dismissed Faraji when she confided in her about the groping incident in 2017 and began mocking her action in 2021. And one of the lawsuit's more salacious claims, the plaintiff says that Taylor engaged in a sexual relationship with Dixon to get a position on Undisputed. The lawsuit alleges a harrowing saga of systematic abuse and complicity over almost a decade. Despite the breadth of the allegations, the majority of online backlash by sports fans, tabloids, and even some commentators has surprisingly been directed at Taylor. It also goes into what exactly is Faraji alleging. In the 42-page lawsuit, which is initially reported by Front Office Sports, Faraji attorney says that she was forced to endure a misogynistic, racist, and ableist workplace where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers with impunity. It includes counts of sexual battery, hostile work environment, retaliation, and wrongful termination. Faraji is also requesting that her suit be certified as a class action. The complaint alleges allegations on behalf of other anonymous Fox employees in California regarding unfair wages and illegal business practices. Fox Corporation, Fox Sports Holding, LLC, Fox Sports 1 LLC, Fox Sports 2 LLC, Dixon, Bayless, and Taylor, and several anonymous Fox employees are listed as defendants.
So this is a class action lawsuit. So that means that
it's trying to be.
It's trying to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Which potentially means that there are other people who might back this lawsuit as well.
Yes, or trying to get added to it.
Yeah. Interesting. Like I said, this is going to be an interesting one for Fox Sports because I think they had a really good lane in the sports media space opposite of ESPN. I think Colin Cowherd's really, really good. Mm-hmm. Nick Wright's show does very, very well. Even Emmanuel Acho's show, I think, was doing pretty well for what it was. And if talent has to move around because of this or move on, that would be unfortunate for those other shows. Because as you know, like talent leaves, other people probably got to leave too. So it's not just the on-air talent that suffers. It will also be some employees who might be working on those shows still. That would be unfortunate.
I think it also speaks to, right, because I think, we'll save it because for another type of, maybe one of our After Darks, we'll get into a little bit more in depth about it. But I think it speaks to something that I've always been fascinated with, which is the idea of power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what happens when you get power?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm always curious about, what it's like.
When you've made it to the top.
Yeah. What it's like and what comes over people when they get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the type of influence and control that they have and inflict upon others.
Yeah.
Right? Because it can be good and bad. Right?
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Not everybody's doing what Skip Bayless is doing.
Right.
A lot
allegedly.
of people,
Right.
allegedly. Some people, they get that position and they do want to genuinely help people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's as this case unfolds, it will be interesting to see what is the truth and what is that will be the interesting part.
But it's funny, like, it's not uncommon at workplaces. I totally believe this, right?
Yeah.
Every company,
Yeah.
on some level, has some type of
fraternization.
Yeah.
No, that's very true. We watched a coach lose his job over it.
Yeah. Right. And like I said, when you're around people, like, all the time,
yeah,
you see at your job, you see those people more than your family,
yeah,
because you're there eight, nine,
in the news world, almost 24 sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? You're there a long time. You see these people every day or whatever. So those times it could tend to blurring the lines. Now it's different between it blurring the lines consensually,
yes,
and then you just being a predator, and
that is generally why most companies just say don't do it, because we don't need these problems,
right?
And that's you alluded to it, what we're talking off. The kind of problem is you have to care about what problems this could cause.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to do it, understand what could happen if you do,
right?
And if you're okay with that, fine. But if some problems happen, you have to also be okay with those too. You have to be.
But think about now. We're at a point where now, because some incidents happened over at Fox News.
Yeah.
Remember some stuff we heard about hostile work environment
on
Ellen's show.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've heard about it. Obviously the things went down on what's that morning show?
Oh,
TJ Holmes.
Technically, that's what lost Matt Lauer his job.
Yeah. So like, we've heard on. It's not just like
I just remember that Matt Lauer lost his job because
it's
of that.
on multiple. Yeah. Like even on we talk about ESPN. It's not sex related, but we just people just beefing, not liking each other. Like we starting to hear about this. I mean, then obviously we heard about the Nickelodeon thing what took place.
Yeah.
Like every major network or whatever.
Yeah, they're not clean. Everybody's hands are dirty
at all, right? And it just speaks to, man, power, man.
Yeah. People
get into these roles and they feel like they can kind of do whatever.
I mean, I can see that though, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'll go at this to this studio and it's my ideas that are making money and it's my work that's bringing in the viewers, I kind of do feel like top dog. Like I get it.
Right.
It's just, you gotta handle your business. Make sure business is first.
Right.
Then the rest can happen.
Or just not, because at the same time though, you don't. Again, what's the phrase? You don't want to like mess where mess where you eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like just be top dog somewhere else. Be top dog at the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Like like you ain't got because if you the big dog, trust and believe. And I've seen it at every level: high school, college, professionals. When you the big dog, it ain't hard.
No, it's not.
It ain't. What I say? It ain't hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like you the big the girls, women, they know who the big dogs are. They can smell it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Oh, it's him.
Yep, that's him.
That's him. And they come flocking.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about doing what some of these other people are doing and being nefarious and being nasty and all this other stuff. If you the big dog, just show up.
True.
Just show up.
True.
Exist and breathe, and you're fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They come flocking.
True.
But this is also interesting because I feel like there was a lot of
There's been a lot of I think the main problem that I do have, and I agree with you, is how people have been attacking Joy Taylor over this.
Yeah.
That is a problem because by all accounts, all of what she did was consensual.
Yeah.
So you might not like what she did, but it's her right to do it.
You know, it does speak to something though. What is America's obsession with? Okay, how do I say this? It didn't matter if it was Bill Clinton. It didn't matter if it was Tiger Woods. What is America's obsession with? Like, we all understand that we live in an imperfect society and an imperfect world. Like, the world is not black and white; it's gray.
Yeah.
But why do we get on a high horse when it's revealed to us that shit's gray? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know it's gray.
Yeah.
I know it's gray. But then when somebody goes outside, well, because it's gray.
I do believe, and because this is true, it goes back to power. When you're in a position of power, people expect you to handle that better.
Right.
And in Bill Clinton's case, it's like, bro, you can't be effing with one of the White House interns, dog. You just can't. Right? You can't. If you was another intern, we don't give a crap. You're the president of the United States, dog.
You mean like another, like, what do you mean? Not an intern. What do you mean?
And it was like, if you were and her on the same level, doesn't matter.
Well, technically ain't nobody on his level.
Exactly. Nobody's on your level, though. So you do, when you're in a position of power, you do have to move differently.
Or influence. I mean, or just power, or maybe just prominence.
Yeah. Yeah. People expect you to move differently. And I think that's what it is. Now, if you a regular Joe Schmo and you kind of shaggy, he's like, well, yeah, you with us, my guy. Like, we don't care.
Right.
But you up here, you got to move different than we move. Because you should have moved different to get up there.
Right.
You can't be acting like me. Because now that lessens the position. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because now if I know that you move like me and you're above me, no, you're not. You just like me.
Right.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been like, because people talk about, the whole bringing up her husband, all that kind of stuff. It's like you said, so
yeah, that what she did behind closed doors is none of our business.
None.
Except if she allegedly got the job because she did something, that's between her and Fox, really.
Yeah,
that's between her, Fox, and his suit and whatever.
Right.
It's none of our business. But unfortunately, like I said, this is why you got to move differently.
It sucks that people just can't show up to work and just be professional, do their job, and go home.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I've always
because it's not that. It's like you can have good work relationships.
Yeah.
But let's not make it complicated.
Right.
You know, let's keep our good work relationship, and that's it.
Something about the temptation of work, man, that just gets people, dog.
Office messed everybody up.
What?
I blame The Office. Everyone saw Jim and Pam.
Well, man, what TV shows prior to that was getting it in?
True.
I blame any show, all of them.
Yeah, you're right.
All of them. Name the show that involved there was a romance.
True.
You know
You're right. You're right.
Don't matter. All the hospital shows, they getting it in.
The hospitals were the worst. Grey's Anatomy.
Right. ER, it don't matter, bro. They was horny. They was getting it in. So blame all them. All of them get blamed. But it's just like I said, people, you just can't show up to work, do your job, and without all the BS that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? That sucks.
That sucks.
Right? That sucks to be harassed and all that kind of stuff, because no one should be able to be put through that. And if any of this stuff is true, then the people who did it should have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, moving on to the NFL.
Yes.
We are officially in NFL playoff mode. Playoffs are here.
Final countdown.
As we're recording, as we speak, the Chargers are playing the Houston Texans. So I got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
One is, what team is under the most pressure to do something in the playoffs?
Right now, there are two, in my opinion. It's the Bills and the Ravens.
Okay.
They both, they got to beat each other. But when one of them goes and potentially plays the Chiefs, you got to beat them. You got to beat them. Like, you have to. You can't keep letting. Like, I'm a Chiefs fan, but if I'm a Ravens or Bills fan, we can't keep letting them get away with this.
Right.
Another one, really? And I do feel like, for the most part, I think the Bills have definitely been the most even with the Chiefs with our roster and what they've done in the regular season. They've got to get over that hump. The Ravens, it's just Lamar Jackson at this point. Like, he's got to show that he can be a playoff performer. Josh Allen does not have that problem. he's shown up in every playoff game he's been in. For Lamar, you got to show that you can show up in the big game. But those are the two for me.
For me, I have a different answer.
Okay.
The Bills to me are playing with house money.
Okay.
Because I don't think they were supposed to be here. The offense they have, remember, they don't really have any outside of.
Yeah, Gabe Davis is gone.
Stephon Dixon. I think they don't even have a 1K 1,000-yard rusher. They don't.
No.
Cook didn't get it. So they don't have a 1,000-yard receiver either. So I think they're kind of playing with house money.
Okay.
So I don't really think any pressure on them. Right? They kind of already overachieved. Okay. For me, it's really okay. I have a 4-part answer.
Okay.
To my own question. The two teams to me that have the most pressure is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. The Baltimore Ravens for the same reasons you stated. Yeah. Hey man, you've been knocking at the door. You were in the AFC Championship game last year. It's time to Lamar Jackson could be on his way to a starting MVP. Yeah. It's time to get through. It's time to break through. Yeah. He's kind of in the same place Steve Young was with the 49ers. Yeah. That Peyton Manning was with the Indianapolis Colts. That's where Lamar Jackson to me is right now in his career. The Eagles, the resources that have been put into this team year in and year out, all the outside noise during this season, they're really under the gun almost every year they make the playoffs.
True.
Right? So the NFC to me is kind of wide open. Anybody can kind of make it, but I think they're under pressure just because of all the drama that keeps surrounding this team no matter what happens. I think they're under pressure. Now, when it comes to, I think there are certain people who are under more pressure as well. I think Mike Tomlin's under a lot of pressure. Yeah. You got to win a playoff game, man. Yeah. These one and done wild card games is not cutting
it.
Cutting it, dog. Like, I don't care how many don't keep telling me about this winning season crap. No. Right? He hasn't won a playoff game in like 8 years. It's been a long time. Yeah. And then Sam Darnold. You're playing for a contract.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You playing to get paid, bro.
Yeah, if he wins a playoff game, he is 100% getting paid. Yeah. But he's got to perform.
You got to perform.
What happened against the Lions? That can't happen.
That can't happen.
That cannot happen.
You playing for a contract. So, and not only that, but you're hoping the contract comes from Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you got to go out there and you got to ball.
You got to show that you're better than Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just win a playoff game, and you're already better than Kirk Cousins.
I mean, he won a playoff game, though.
Oh, he did?
He beat the Saints.
That's right. He did.
Overtime, I believe.
Yeah.
Because he threw the game-winning pass to the tight end Rudolph.
Yep.
But, yeah, I think Sam Darnold, the player under the most pressure, primarily from financial reasons, not because he has to prove anything.
No,
he's
just trying to
money. It's money. Money on him.
Yeah, he's trying to get that contract. Yeah.
And then, obviously, Mike Tomlin, head coaching. Yep. Every other head coach, I think, is fine.
Yeah, I think Nick Sirianni will be fine after this year, even if they lose. Yeah. I think they'll go far.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's fine. McVay, fine.
But Campbell helped. All the injuries helped him.
That's true.
Because now he could be like, dang, man. Like,
everybody got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tomlin and Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
To me. Staying in the NFL, though, some unfortunate news. Deshaun Watson has torn his Achilles again. Obviously, he tore his Achilles during the season. Yeah. So that ended his season in 2024.
Retore it.
And then he retore it during rehab. We already kind of discussed it when he had his first injury. It's kind of a dub for him. It's kind of up for him. It's kind of over for him.
This solidifies
it even more. Because at the bare minimum, you thought, okay, maybe he can come back. He gets hurt. If it takes a year, he can come back at some point during the 2025 season. Well, he's done now.
Yeah, the 2025 season is up.
It's a wrap.
And a lot of people are kind of in the same boat. The Browns are in position to get a quarterback now.
Right.
They are bad enough to go and draft a quarterback. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not going to try to rely on this Deshaun Watson thing anymore.
Oh, yeah, you got to be past that.
Yeah. Like,
you can't keep lying to yourself.
We got to get over this. Because beyond that, it's just a full rebuild after that. Mm-hmm. Even if you keep him, you're still doing a full rebuild, whether you like it or not. Because I don't think that this roster, as constructed, stays together even when they draft a new quarterback.
See, I'm different than other people on that.
Okay.
I don't think their roster is as bad as people make it seem.
No, that's not that it's a bad roster. I don't know if the contracts continue beyond what they are.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That maybe Myles Garrett ends up moving on.
People keep saying that. I ain't trading Myles Garrett. No, I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm not trading him, but maybe he ends up just. I'm good with the Browns. Maybe he says that, and that's when it's like, all right, damn, we can't get you back for nothing, guaranteed full. When we gave Deshaun Watson, like I don't know. I don't know if what the Browns have been through, if the players are like, yeah, let's try to thug this out one more time. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they want to do that.
I keep saying online, and people keep saying this is karma for Deshaun Watson, right? This is karma for everything he's done. And at first, I was like, okay, I can see it because I believe in karma. Yeah. What goes around comes around. What you put out there comes back. So I believe in that. But then I started thinking about, well, it's 2020. It's 2025.
Yeah.
He's gonna be out this season.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to, he at bare minimum can't play football until 2026. That'll put him like 4 years removed from all that's like the initial lawsuits. He hasn't it's been down for him since then.
He hasn't been good since he sat the year for Houston.
Yeah. And that was 2020.
Yeah.
So he hasn't played good football in about 5-6 years. By the time he stepped on the field, he'll be 6 years removed from 2020. He signed a deal in 2022 and hasn't played well on it since. So first I'm like, okay,
he already been suffering from karma.
You know what I mean? Like, he getting
maybe karma just hasn't let up yet.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I'm like, he making his money, but like that's not he's not he can't enjoy it.
One of the things that I do believe, because people always conflate this when they talk about, he got his money, he should be happy. Yeah, but like if you got a contract and you know that, damn, I'm not living up to it. 2, they don't even want me here anymore. You're not gonna be happy. Especially if you love the game. If you love the game truly, you're going to be like, all right, dang. I got the contract, but I got nothing to show for it.
Right.
I do believe Deshaun Watson feels that way.
I agree.
Like you can see it in the press conferences as the season was going on. He felt like, dang, like I felt I was worth this contract, and I can't live up to it.
And again, you can have all the money in the world. And again, that's why I told you my resolution. If you ain't happy, man. Yeah. And then you hurt.
Yeah.
Half the time,
people think that money can solve that, but if you're just not happy, the money is not changing. Yeah,
and I'm just I'm rehabbing. I'm physically broken down. Yep. Obviously, again, if he did what he did, then you got to reap what you sow. But it's like, damn, you know what I mean?
Give me a break. Can I get a break?
Sheesh,
man.
I don't. Maybe the world feels like he hasn't himself repented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I don't know. It's weird to say I feel bad for him, but part of me does. Part of me he hasn't served his time, I guess. I don't know.
I do.
He was suspended.
He was suspended. I think his father passed away.
Did he?
Yeah, I think his father. Something happened with his dad.
Okay.
And it's not like good right now. Mm-hmm. And then this happens. Like it's been a rough couple years.
Yeah.
And I can empathize with that.
Right.
When it's been a rough couple years, it's been a rough couple years, whether you're a good or bad person. Mm-hmm. If you look like you got a rough, you got a rough. Right. That just is what it is. So you can be a little empathetic to him. Yeah, he did what he did, but he's going through it. And I don't wish. I'm not wishing that for people.
No. And as somebody who's had multiple surgeries, had multiple injuries, it ain't no especially I've never torn my Achilles.
Yeah.
But rehabbing ain't no joke. It ain't fun.
No.
It hurts. It's painful. It's long days. It's long nights. Sometimes you can't see the end of the tunnel. Sometimes you're afraid it's gonna happen again.
Yep.
And to get injured twice with the same injury
in rehab is crazy.
Right. That's tough. And again, before we move on, some people got to understand the difference between sympathy and empathy.
Yeah.
I had explained this to somebody about Drake.
Yeah.
Somebody, he posted that freestyle, and people were like, "Oh, woe is me. He's gonna feel bad for himself." I said, "Okay, I think some of you guys are misunderstanding. You don't have to feel sorry for somebody.
No,
but you can understand.
Yeah, I empathize.
You know what I mean?
I understand that he's going through it.
Right.
I wouldn't wish that on people sometimes.
Or I get why." If I went through what he went through, I get why he would feel that way.
Yeah,
that's all empathy is.
Yeah.
It's putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. Now, if I was in your shoes, how would I feel? Would I feel the same way you feel? Would I feel hurt? Would I feel bad? Would I feel down? Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Would I be kicking and screaming and mad at the world? Probably.
Yeah.
Damn, it sucks.
Yeah.
Again, you ain't gotta feel bad for him as a person. Like you yourself, you can be like, well,
no,
hey,
I can see a situation. I can say, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's rough, pal.
And keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But transition there, on to the NBA.
Yeah.
This past week, there was a big NBA game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Cleveland Cavaliers topped them But the reason I wanted to talk about this game was because it kind of furthered a conversation we had at off air about things the NBA can do.
Yes.
To kind of turn the tide about the current conversation that's happening around it, the negativity that's surrounding it.
Yeah.
And one thing I mentioned was, and we'll maybe.
I think we mentioned it before, which is like we just want to see good basketball games.
Exactly. Like, yes, some of these markets may be small.
Yeah.
Yes, some of these stars may not be known or may have the best charisma, but these teams give you the best chance of having a good product on television.
You know who doesn't care about that?
Who?
The NFL.
They don't.
Once you get good, you're getting airtime. The Patriots were a bottom feeder organization. They were a small Boston market. No one cared about them.
R.I.P. Boston market.
They started getting good, and the NFL said, you know what? Congratulations. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, you're on TV a lot now.
Same with the Colts with Peyton Manning.
Colts, yes. Yeah, 100%. The Chiefs now.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. It's how it works. Once you get good and your product, people want to watch you, I got to get you on TV.
Y'all another team that once Andy Reid retires, I hope no good coach goes to y'all. Y'all gotta like
sick to the bottom again. That's because you're a Broncos fan. So that's why you say that.
No, I just don't, bro. It could be it's just y'all. It just if y'all was to win like every now and then, like all right, cool.
So if we pull a Patriots to have like a nice like 10-year drought,
no,
it's gonna be forever now.
No, every team to me should get like a couple years. Like I'm cool with like a back-to-back champion.
Okay.
Like all right, I won back-to-back. Cool, we moving on. But y'all swagless. You know what I'm saying? All the swag I used to have, The Travis Kelce swag is gone.
Yeah, it's because people hate us now. Because we win so much.
No, but he used to have swag. His swag gone. Y'all ain't got Tyreek Hill no more.
Gronk had swag, and we hated them too.
Who?
Gronk.
He was just a meathead. He ain't no goddamn swag.
People used to like him.
He just smashed the football. People used to like him. He just spiked the football in the air really goddamn hard.
People used to like him.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying he
ain't never had no swag.
You sound like a hater now. I'm just saying.
Bro, I'm not.
You sound like a hater.
Is it hating or is it fact? Y'all ain't got no swag.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Travis, your quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, who y'all used to like, his play has diminished. You ain't got Tyreek Hill no more, so you ain't got no cheat out there in the field. Yeah, but you got criminals all over the damn place.
The cheetah talk. That's the swaggiest thing we got. We got criminals
running the asylum over there.
What you talking about? That's the swaggiest thing we got. We got criminals.
You got kickers coming out making political statements. Like, I mean, what? We used to be a country. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Chiefs out here just running everything. I think, honestly, I'll be honest with you. If I was the NFL, I would step in.
Okay.
And just break this whole thing.
Nah. See now you sound like a hater.
I'll keep Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I'll keep him there. But I'll force Travis Kelce into retirement.
Oh, he's retiring either way.
You know.
That's happening. That's happening sooner than later.
Chris Jones, gotta break that up.
He's
I'll trade him to, I don't know, just throwing a team out there, Denver.
Yeah, see? You see this. Y'all see this.
Trent McDuffie. Detroit,
okay.
Up and coming team. They need some help. They injured. Are they not injured? Are they injured?
Not in the backfield. It's the defensive line that's injured.
Man, they hurt. So you had to help them out. In fact, Chris Jones can go to Detroit too. Aiden Hutchinson gone.
They sacked Sam Darnold like 7 times in that one game.
It could have been 10. If Chris Jones there now, it could have been 10. So I think he's got to step in for the sake of the league, break that up. But. That's just me. That's just my unbiased, factual opinion.
Back to basketball.
Back to basketball though. But yeah, you got to put the best teams on air and let that guide you because if you at least put good product on, people can't say it's bad.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. People can't be like,
when you get a Denver OKC, that needs to be on national TV.
Yes,
I don't care what day national television. That game. ESPN, TNT, one of y'all got to take this game.
Right.
It's going to be on your network. Like I said, Cavs, Celtics. That's got to be on. That's a potential playoff game. That's got to be on.
Yes.
They just need more of that because that was a really good game between Shea, who's like I think is he still 4th or 5th in MVP voting?
I thought he was 2nd.
He's 2nd now?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, he moved up. That's how I checked. Wow.
Yeah. I think he's 2nd behind Jokic.
Damn. Yeah. You need that. Your potential MVP, you need to see him a lot. They just don't do enough of that.
But it also brings it to a conversation that we've had about and this is probably really important, is the NBA has to stop caring about being
relevant,
cool sport,
the
in sport, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. You know you have that saying, your favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You know, it can't keep trying to be your favorite athlete's favorite sport's favorite sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't keep caring about the celebrities on the sideline and the NBA tunnel and what the fashion is and all that kind of stuff, because all that stuff is extra.
Yep.
It comes down to the product itself.
Yep.
And that should always be the main thing, right? You're not a novelty. You're not a gimmick. You're a sport.
Yep.
And then when it comes to the most important thing about sport is the competition.
Yep.
Are we getting good competition or not? Are we getting good games or not?
The Olympics is a perfect example of that. I know that when I turn on the Olympics, I'm getting some of the best athletes in the world. It's going to be a dogfight no matter what.
Right.
Like, people loved the basketball. No one complained about the product that was for the gold medal game
At all.
No one complained about that
At all.
Everyone was like, "This was the greatest basketball I've ever seen." No one had a bad word to say. You need that. You need that on domestically too.
Right.
That's all.
And at some point, when it comes to people talk about, like, the game's eroded and there's too many threes and all that kind of stuff, and I think people always forget and have rose-tinted colored glasses about, like, previous eras and how it got here, right?
Yeah.
Because the game didn't start going down here.
No.
Right? Because anytime something started going bad, it didn't start that day.
No.
Right? It started prior.
Your milk didn't expire the day on the bottle.
Yeah.
It was getting to that point. It was just the last day you could possibly salvage it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been going. If it's been going bad, it's been going bad for a while.
Yeah. It's like a breakup.
Yeah.
The relationship low-key ended.
Yeah. It ended probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was a month ago.
All right.
But we've just been keeping it along because we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's and I agree with you. The on-court product, the threes. Watch 80s basketball. Watch early 2000s basketball. I'm sorry. Like, there are some games in the early 2000s.
God awful.
It's so bad.
And low-key, some of the ratings reflected it.
Yeah.
Right? I think a lot of people like to attach themselves to Jordan, and they conflate that with, like, what was happening.
What was basketball for, like, different? Like, yeah, like the 90s era's basketball was different than 80s era basketball.
Yeah.
Which is different in the early 2000s era basketball, which is different to now.
Right.
It's always been changing.
Well, even that, though, like you see a lot of these pundits, they talk about the 90s. It's like, well, okay, sure. Okay, you have Michael Jordan in the Bulls. Cool.
Yeah.
What about the other teams in the league?
Yeah, what about your Mavericks in the 90s?
God awful.
Yeah.
If you watched a Mavericks, I'm trying to think of a Mavericks Nets game from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you have the same tune.
No.
I just think you wouldn't. Like, some of the best teams from the 90s aren't. I've watched some of these teams. They aren't the greatest watches. It's hard watching some of those Alonzo Morning Heat games. It just is. They're not fun.
No.
It's hard watching some of those Pacers games. Reggie Miller ain't. He don't. Also, look at how many points Reggie Miller averaged for his career. I think he maybe averaged probably 18 points, which means that anytime you watch Reggie Miller, there was a chance that he would go off. There was a chance that he would just kind of meander like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't one of those guys who, like the Reggie Miller you see with the Knicks and that 30 for 30 going crazy.
Yeah, that was a moment
That's
in
a
time.
playoff.
Yeah, that's a moment in time.
But 82 games, he wasn't going crazy like Steph Curry is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 18 points. Right, he averaged 18 points, which means 18 points means sometimes he probably averaged like 22.
Yeah, other times he
might
have been averaging
14,
10,
15,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of teams, but a lot of people conflate Jordan.
Yeah.
And they think they spread that around the league.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't the case.
No.
I grew up in early 2000 basketball. The most ISO-ist basketball ever. People think, yo, man, the defense was great. No,
it wasn't.
It was
shot chuckers.
it was predictable offenses.
Yep.
Right? It was like you said, ISO heavy basketball.
Bad
offensive schematics.
Bad shot selection sometimes. Like I like AI a lot. He didn't always have the best decision making.
Him
out there,
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
My favorite player, Gilbert Arenas. Some of these guys just, Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, they could chuck some shots sometimes.
I mean, Ricky Davis, Baron Davis. Like, there were some guys out there who was just like, I'm putting this shot up anyway.
Yeah.
Now, some guys were forced to it.
Yeah.
Like Tracy McGrady in Orlando. He really didn't have anybody else. We gonna pass it to Gordon Garachek. Like, what are we doing out here? You know what I mean? Like, some guys had no choice.
Yeah, and that also equates to what? Talent in the league's gotten better.
Right.
Like some of those guys on some of your favorite rosters might not be in the league in this era right now.
Well, also, I think a lot of people forget how, like, that late 90s, early 2000s, how bad. Like, there was a gap between 96 and 2003 where some of those drafts were god-awful.
Yeah.
You had the influx of a lot of high school players.
Yeah.
Some of the best collegiate players kind of flamed out in the league. So the talent pool also dipped around that time as well. So that also led to a lot of bad basketball, which is why from 2000 to 2010, it was pretty much a two-horse race.
Yep.
Either the Lakers, who won 5 times during that period, or really, honestly, from 99 to 2010, the Spurs won 4 times.
Yep.
They won in 99, 03, 05, 07, and the Lakers won 5 times, 2000, 2002, 2009, 2010. That was it.
Yeah.
So the same teams between 99 and 2010 won 9 championships.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a reason for that.
Yep.
There's a reason for that. And then anytime anybody else made the finals, whether it was the Nets, people didn't watch.
Nope.
It was the Pistons, people didn't watch.
Nope.
It was the Spurs, people it was a reason for that because it wasn't fun basketball. Y'all didn't watch it either.
No.
So now it's the league's this era's problem. I'd call bull on that.
Yeah.
And I also think that we can combine all this stuff, right? JJ Redick and Charles Barkley going at it.
Yeah.
And and JJ Redick talked about, he mainly went at Charles Barkley talking about the negative impact that people like Charles Barkley, about how if you constantly say something is bad.
Yep.
And I've been saying this for the longest time. If you keep telling me something sucks, at some point, I'm going to believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if you see a trailer for a movie and you thought, oh, that looked like kind of good,
right?
But everybody who saw the movie said no, it was bad. Would you want to go see that movie? No.
Because I'm gonna lean on.
I trust the people who went to go watch it.
Right.
If they said it was bad,
especially if it's like an overwhelming amount.
Yeah.
If it's like 1 or 2, all right, whatever. Let me go check myself. But if it's like it's like a Rotten Tomatoes. If the critic score is low. And the audience score is low.
Yeah, nobody liked it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll catch it on streaming thing. Yeah, whatever. And I think, to me, I agree with him.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these, like, look at the way football is discussed and look at the way basketball is discussed. Football, in my opinion, this is my opinion, had a down season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think quarterback, Kurt Warner talked about this. Yeah. Quarterback play was at one of its worst. Somebody in fantasy, quarterback play, unless you had Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Sam Darnold.
Yep.
Josh Allen. I'm trying to think who else was a pretty Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Everybody, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Everybody else was kind of like, Jaden Daniels was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody else was kind of like,
hit or miss.
Hit or miss. Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts was kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of, Kyler Murray was like.
Your boy Gino.
Right. Yeah, hit and miss. Sometimes he'd be good, sometimes he wouldn't. Like some I think a lot with Geno Smith, I think he did write back a couple times this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said he didn't write back. I saw a few letters in the mailbox.
Yeah.
He was like, his closing time for him a little bit. But you didn't really that debate, that conversation to me wasn't dwelled on.
No.
It may be talked about and we moved on.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the games and what took place and what happened.
Yep.
We're not going to say this thing is some league-wide thing.
Like,
it's just
people were excited that running backs were back in the league.
Right.
It's like, okay, quarterbacks down, doesn't matter. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, it's great.
Right.
It's great.
But with basketball, it's just like, it's just negative.
Yeah.
And my problem is, I don't believe personally, let's just talk about inside the NBA, right? Because I've been a huge critic of it. I was one of the people who was hoping to dear God that this show would be, it's done.
Yeah. When TNT lost the deal, I was with you.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we could just send it off into the sunset and never talk about it again.
Because, one, I don't think they watch games outside of the games that they watch when they're in studio.
Yeah.
Which is a problem
That's
to me.
problem.
You need to be active.
Yeah, if you're going to be commentating on basketball, I need to have you watching all 82 games.
Yeah.
Or as many as possible.
You need to be current. You need to be hip. You need to know what's going on.
You need to know who's hot, who's not.
Yeah,
all of that.
And also you need to explain to people when you say something. You need to be able to explain it.
Yeah.
If you say the game's bad, well, explain it.
Yeah.
If you say, well, ain't no defense, well, show me examples of teams playing no defense. Like, show me.
Because that's where I believe. That's why I believe people don't watch basketball.
Yeah.
Because you say there's no defense right now, then you don't understand how defense works currently in the NBA.
Right.
You just don't. You're not watching basketball games because every team who's still won a championship has been a top 10 defensive team. That's not on accident.
Right.
That's on purpose. They are playing defense.
Because obviously the bad teams aren't going to play defense.
Exactly.
The bad teams didn't play defense in the 90s either.
Look at Charlotte. Look at the current Charlotte Hornets.
Right.
They don't play no defense.
But neither did the worst team in the 2000s to play no defense. The worst team in the 90s to play no defense. The worst team in the 80s to play no. It wasn't like, well, they lost 80 games, but hey, they played defense. No, the fuck they didn't.
No,
they was giving it up too.
Yeah.
But I just think that they keep trying to I think what inside the NBA and some of these other people is their basketball really. I don't think people understand this. Basketball really is a sport where if you don't know what's happening, you'll miss it.
Yes.
You can watch something and not know what's going on.
Yeah.
All you may see a guy shoot a three, but you may not understand why he shot that three.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You may not understood that it was a play design.
Yep.
He was open. That was the best shot.
Yeah, that we were specifically targeting him to get that 3-point shot.
Yeah.
We designed that play.
Right.
Yeah.
Or because I would understand if they were taking bad forced threes.
Yes.
If they were taking bad forced threes outside of the confines of the offensive scheme, that's bad basketball.
Yes.
And no one wants to watch that.
Yeah.
But if you watch the Celtics, they are hitting open threes.
Yep.
Nigga, if you open, take it.
Yep.
Or if not, we'll put somebody in the game who will.
Who will? Yeah, but you are shooting. If you get the open three, you shoot the open three.
Period.
That's the rule.
That's
on
the
the Celtics.
rule. So to me, that's the problem I have is you may not like this person shooting threes, but the question that you got to ask Charles Barkley is, Shaq, was that the best available shot for them to take on that play?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, then shut the hell up.
Yeah. So people were complaining about Ant taking a lot of threes. It's like, well, he's the best scorer on the court, and he can't always take it to the paint.
And also, you look up Ant's 3-point percentage. It's good.
Yeah. It's really good this year.
If he was out there chugging it up.
Yeah, like 32% or something like that.
Like Russell Westbrook was.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bro. All right, dog.
Yeah,
all right. What we doing? It ain't going in. But if you shooting it and it's going in at a 38, 39, 40% clip or higher.
We good.
He's shooting 42%. Yeah, shoot it, fam.
You're good.
You good, bro.
You're good.
You know what I'm saying? And also, well, you said, Ant got to shoot a lot of threes. Well, let's look at his team.
Yeah. Who else is shooting threes on that team?
No. Let's look at his team.
Let's look at it, yeah.
Where's Rudy Gobert going to be at?
In the paint.
In the paint.
Where's Julius Randle going to be at?
Close to the paint.
Close to the paint.
Jaden Daniels can't shoot. So if he can't shoot, where his man going to be at? Close to the paint.
Yep.
So if I look at the paint,
it's packed in there.
and I'm smart, it's 2024, it's not 2002 where I'm going in this mug anyway.
Yeah.
And they giving me the perimeter.
I'm shooting it.
I'm shooting it.
Yeah.
Because this is the best available shot for me to take.
Yep.
Now, me driving into the lane like a bowling ball and just jacking up something, no, that's dumb. That is not smart. That is not smart at all. And I think a lot of people have failed. I think whether it's ESPN, Fox, TNT, whoever, I think they've done a piss poor job of explaining that to fans on a game in, game out basis.
Yeah. Why does a team play the way it does?
Simple as that.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Explain to the people why this team, because they do it in NFL.
Yeah.
We understand why this team's offense does. Like, in fact, NFL's they're so good. They'll break down why an offense is good in the regular season. Like, remember Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
And I forgot who his his offensive coordinator was.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's annoying me because he's been. It was the same offensive coordinator the Colin Kaepernick had with the 49ers under Jim Harbaugh. Oh my God.
I want to say it's like Gus or something like that.
It's gonna piss me off.
Or some Douglas.
Let me see who.
Yeah. Oh.
Who the Ravens offensive coordinator was in that time, but he had a run heavy.
Run heavy offense.
Offense, right?
Yeah.
Which was good in the regular season, and it helped Lamar
win some MVPs.
Yeah, win some MVPs. But when it says Todd Monken, but he's there now.
No,
he's there now. Greg Roman. Greg Roman. Yeah. So, but like, it was a ceiling on that style, and there was a reason why it didn't work, right? That's why they moved on, right? But they don't really do a good job of that. To me,
they don't do a good job of explaining a team and a coach's philosophy. I've seen a lot of YouTube guys explain it and say, hey, what are the Lakers trying to do? Why did the Lakers hire JJ Redick? Because JJ Redick said, I want to come in and get modern. We got to shoot some threes.
Right. That's another thing. Like Charles Barkley, he brought that up. Like, Frank Vogel had success and Darvin Ham had success. So you didn't even try to really understand why this coach is no longer the head coach.
Right. Well, I think we talked about it when we were on the pod. You brought in Frank Vogel, a defensive-minded head coach. You won a championship with defense as your main thing, and you brought a bunch of offensive players and expected him to work with it.
Right.
That's why Frank Vogel got fired, because the roster didn't fit the team he normally coaches.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. Darvin Ham struggled to make consistent adjustments. Struggled to really draw plays, struggle with the X's and O's of basketball. And we dealing with a savant like LeBron James, that's going to be an issue. Yeah, I can do it myself, as we've seen on this podcast. Right. But damn it, you the coach.
You're the coach. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah. Well, why am I like?
I gotta do both.
Yeah. Like, there were times where like guys just kind of like, when guys dismiss your ability to help them succeed, you're done. And that's what happened. And that's what happened with Darvin Ham. But if you don't do your research, or if you don't watch the games yourself and just be able to see that with your own 2 eyes, you see some of the lineups that he was throwing out there.
Torian Prince.
Yeah, you see some of the
starting lineup,
right? Just bad management. Just the same thing happened with Monty Williams in Detroit. Like just bad man. Like you see how Detroit is now.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's why he was fired. Yeah, like sometimes it's obvious.
Yeah,
like you look at Detroit now and go, oh,
I see. They didn't have to do anything but fire Monty Williams.
That's it.
That roster is basically the same as the one.
They added some veterans,
added some vets,
but their best players this year primarily been
the young guys.
And although they lost Jaden Ivey because he broke his fibula, which sucks, but. Still, you look at it, you go, I get it.
Yeah, he had to go.
He had to go. Same with the Rockets.
Yeah.
Right? Fire. I think it was Homeboy. Oh my God, I forgot his name. It was a son though. It was Why can't I remember none of it? Because they weren't good.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can see his face in my head. Yep. But we look at Cleveland. They made the playoffs last year, but they said, you know what?
He's not the guy.
Mike what?
No, not D'Antoni.
Like look up Rockets coach like 2020, like 2. Look, it was a skinny guy.
Yeah, he was skinny.
Black guy.
Yeah.
He was a son of somebody.
Yeah, he was there during that transition from James Harden.
Yeah. Oh. I cannot think of his name though.
No.
Stephen who?
Stephen Silas.
Yeah. Yes. Paul Silas' son. Yep. Yeah. And then they get Ime Udoka.
They start taking off.
Yeah. Same thing with again with the Cavs. I think was Bickerstaff as their coach.
Bickerstaff is their coach. Yeah.
Moved on from him. Kenny Atkinson. Same team.
Evan Mobley looks better.
They have the best record.
People thought about getting rid of the other guard on the team, Darius Garland.
Yeah.
People were wondering about Darius Garland. He's good. Kenny Atkinson's unlocked him. Mm-hmm. It's coaching.
Right. But if you don't watch the games, you don't understand that. You don't know that.
Yep.
And I think that's been the biggest problem with when I say I think all of
all of NBA media.
Yeah, like you've contributed, like you've take some responsibility.
Yeah,
take some responsibility on what you can. Like, don't be mad that the game is depleted when you've spent the last decade telling the audience that this product sucks.
Yep.
Well, they finally believed you, and now you mad?
Yeah.
They're making.
I don't get that.
You know, what I mean? I don't understand that, and and that's not to say that some teams playing style isn't great. Like there are some hard.
I don't like watching the Charlotte Hornets currently.
But they're a bad team.
Yeah.
So bad teams are in every era.
Yeah.
And that you can't keep don't point to me. Don't tell me.
Don't tell me basketball's bad and you watch. Yeah, as a whole, and you only watch Charlotte.
Right. Well,
that's
Well, they have a losing record too.
Yeah.
So there's like it's not like they're being rewarded with like they jacking up shots and they're being rewarded with that.
No.
Like, no, bro, they got losing record for a reason.
Yeah.
They exactly are what they are. They play bad. They win no games. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But again, there are some teams who I think are good who I think forced it. You know what I mean? I think those Blazers team with Damian Lillard started to get a little bit too much in love with the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
I think some of those Rockets teams with James Harden fell in love with it too much.
If people want to blame Steph, I blame James Harden
You know
and the
what I'm
Rockets for the 3-point takeoff.
Yeah.
I blame them because even the Warriors are like, no, we can live with some twos too.
Mm-hmm. Spurs like too. They was shooting a lot of threes,
Yeah.
but they was kind of mixing it up. Because Kawhi's he lived in the mid range.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. The mid range ain't gone either.
No.
Some of the best players in the league live in the mid range.
The only shot that went away was the Kevin Garnett long two.
Yeah.
That was the
Which
only
makes
shot.
senst.
Yes, Kevin Garnett stepped behind the line.
Yeah. Or get further in.
Yeah.
But the long two, bro, nah, we ain't. You know, he shot him. Kobe shot him.
Yeah.
T-Mac shot him. You're like, bro, just you know.
Either get an easier two or shoot the three.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all
it.
we want. That's all we want.
Yeah, I think they do a piss poor job of explaining because I think some of them don't either know how or just refuse to.
I think I honestly believe that because we talked about it off air. I stopped watching a lot of the basketball and player podcasts. And I think that's also a problem too. Is I don't know if basketball players know how to articulate their sport because it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not going to act like it's easy to articulate the intricacies of basketball.
I mean, JJ Redick and LeBron, they did it, and it was still kind of like tough to follow.
Yeah.
You had to like really
you gotta pay attention.
You had to like lock into their show. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like do it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I don't envy that, but that's what we have to get to. We have to get to a point where we can at least articulate. At the bare minimum, I think what we should have to start doing is just let's understand roster construction and how that leads to championships. Because I think people will understand that better than the X's and O's of basketball, right? Like, why did this team win a championship? Why did the Celtics win last year? Well, they had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, two guys who were 3 and 4 who would be 2 and 3 somewhere else in Drew Holiday and Derek White. Like, they are playing well above where they are on the depth chart. Those are the things that helped Boston win a championship. Mm-hmm. It's not just the fact that they shot a lot of threes. They had a roster that was constructed well. That's what it was. Right? They shot more threes and made more threes than y'all could at the time.
And they just had a better offense than we did, you know. The real question is that I would like to ask Charles Barkley and Shaq and these guys is, do you think there's a bad team that won a championship?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think, you know what I mean? Like, do you think
what's a team who played actually bad offense and bad defense, or one of the two, and won a championship? I can't name one.
I can't name one.
Yeah.
So if the good teams are still winning, and the bad teams aren't being rewarded for bad play, then what's the difference between any other era?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
think Shaq and Barkley up there just collecting the check.
They cap.
They just collecting the check. And it sucks that they're going to continue on. I like Kenny Smith. And again, I've seen and it sucks that a lot of these other players aren't, doing a better job of like taking up for their sport. Like, goddamn, like, you can speak up, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think Ant kind of did it, but he got a lot of pushback. And that's the other problem too. I think the young guys did push back, but they got a lot of pushback from basketball fans. Mm. So they kind of like, okay, fine, forget about it.
Right.
Because I think Ant got into it with Charles Barkley.
When?
Last year.
I don't know. I remember that.
Got into it about talking about like what was it?
I can't remember.
Talking about like all the old heads back in the day.
I don't remember that.
But Anthony Edwards did stick up, but he got a lot of pushback for it. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the other problem too is the fans are still with the old heads and not with this new young generation
because it's still on TV.
Yeah.
The only person I've seen is JJ Redick. He's the only person trying.
Yeah.
But, hey, man, that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Odie. Follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Odin. Bryce, go and tell him.
From on Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, you didn't hear from the horse's mouth. Tell listen to Ask Who Told You, and we out. Peace.